Sush.
Good morning to the distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you all to the virtual sessions of the Career Guidance Program, AVENIR 2023.
The ongoing event, AVENIR, initiated its proceeding on the 7th of December with career talk sessions at Indian School, Darset.
The online career talk sessions are scheduled for today, 8th December, streaming from Indian School, Darset, followed by the Career Expo at Al Falaj Hotel.
The valedictory function will be held at Indian School, Darset on 9th December, followed by the Career Expo at Al Falaj Hotel.
We are delighted to extend a warm welcome to one and all for AVENIR 2023, a forerunner in career guidance event which is meticulously organized by Indian School Darset under the aegis of the Board of Directors, Indian Schools in Oman. This invaluable event is a beacon of knowledge, resources, and expert guidance carefully designed to illuminate the path towards future career choices. As we witness how education options are becoming increasingly intricate, making informed decisions about one's career journey is ever challenging.
AVENIR 2023 seeks to address these challenges by offering a comprehensive platform filled with insights, information, and expert advice on various university courses and services. What's next?
A question that we ponder upon as we embrace ourselves to explore a sea of options that lie ahead of us. It is a question that opens the avenues for a plethora of opportunities in specific fields. When we embark on this journey of finding our true interests and pursuing our goals, AVENIR steps in, guiding and inspiring students as they prepare for change, transition, growth, and realization of their aspirations.
Dr. Aman Kamboj, the speaker for the session, is here to give us a brand new perspective on new categories in the educational field. A spark of an information is good enough to light up a future. Let's listen to the expert talks where students and parents alike can equip themselves with insights shared so that they make wise career decisions.
Dr. Aman Kamboj, an assistant professor of animal biotechnology in College of Veterinary and Animal Sciences, Pantnagar. He has done his research on animal biotechnology, received many awards like ICAR, Institute Fellowship, DST Inspired Fellowship, Best Oral Presentation Award, IAAVR 2023, Best Paper Award, UVA 2018, Best Poster Presentation Award, one and II, National Agricultural Higher Education Project, development of a fluorescent probe-based system for the differentiation of A1 and A2 milk are some of the completed and ongoing research projects by Dr. Aman Kamboj. Many more research projects on different topics are on pipeline too. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, students, and all the dignitaries present on the platform. So welcoming you all in my online session. So today I'll be talking on a very prominent topic, emerging, growing science, that is biotechnology and genetics. So here we are starting. I'm sharing. So we'll be talking on biotechnology and genetics. Our basic focus will be on the career perspective for students in the field of biotechnology and genetics. Prior to getting into the main content, let me introduce you what exactly is biotechnology and genetics. So, biotechnology is a combination of two terms, that is biology and technology. So, in which it's basically a application of biological science, and if we integrate technology with the biology, it will give rise to a new science which is amalgamation of various disciplines of biology along with the technology. Basically, biotechnology is the exploitation of biological agents or compounds for the generations of projects which are helpful for the mankind. Actually, we are using biology and technology together for the benefit of mankind. And the sciences of related to biology, that is life sciences, which are involved in biology, are biochemistry, microbiology, molecular biology, chemistry, cell biology, immunology, physiology, being it animal physiology or plant physiology, genetics, engineering, that is chemical engineering, biochemical engineering, electronics, everything comes under biotechnology. So, the major areas of biotechnology in which we can pursue our career are healthcare, agriculture, biotechnology, like agriculture and crop production, industrial biotechnology, and environmental biotechnology. So, biotechnology is involved in each and every field, be it human healthcare or animal healthcare, uh, agriculture and crop production and improvement, which comes under plant biotechnology. Various environmental issues are also included under biotechnology, like how we can use microbes or biological process to reduce the environmental pollution, to fight with the global environment change, and at last, industry, the mass scale productions of biologicals and useful products comes under industrial biotechnology. Then we can classify biotechnology on various bases, which we call the colors of biotechnology. So the red biotechnology, it implies to health and medical sector, and also for the molecular modern age diagnostics. Then we comes to the yellow biotechnology, which is basically deals with the food biotechnology and nutrition sciences. Then we come to blue biotechnology. The blue biotechnology deals with aquaculture, then coastal and marine biotechnology. Uh, Actually, it includes the fishes or fishery sciences and the other marine aspects. Then we have green biotechnology, which deals with agricultural biotechnology, plant biotechnology. It also deals with the biofertilizers, organic farming, bioremediation. That is the reduction of environmental pollution by using microbes and plant biotechnology. Then and another field is yes, brown biotechnology, which deals with the biotechnology applied to deserts and arid zones. Then we have dark biotechnology. This is also an emerging field. It deals with the bioterrorism. Uh, a few years later, the whole world encountered COVID-19 pandemic. So it was, due to a biological agent. COVID-19 is a virus. So the curing such type of problems is it comes under dark biotechnology, biowarfare. Different bioweapons are covered in this dark biotechnology, then biocrimes, anti-crop warfare, and when the microbes are used for the destructive purposes, that comes under dark biotechnology. Then purple biotechnology, it's also an emerging field of biotechnology which deals with IPR, intellectual property rights, patents, publications, inventions, and getting the rights to the authors and inventors on their very inventions. And then white biotechnology, which deals with the gene-based bioindustries. Genes-based bioindustries means where the genes are used to produce the biologicals or vaccines or medicines or the products which are useful for medical and veterinary and plant sector. So gene-based bioindustries are covered under white biotechnology. Then we have gold biotechnology. It's also an emerging field which covers bioinformatics and nanobiotechnology. Bioinformatics is what? It is the use of computers to solve biological questions. We are having a lot of databases in which biological information is feed there, so we can handle biological data, sequencing data, with the help of various online and standalone tools of bioinformatics that we study under gold biotechnology. Nanobiotechnology use nanoparticles which are in a ratio in a size of 10 to 100 nanometer. We deal nanobiotechnology there. And classical fermentation biotechnology comes under gray biotechnology. So the two types of it's the science of biotechnology is not new. We can categorize it under old, traditional, and modern biotechnology. Old biotechnology deals with the inherited capabilities of microorganisms for the benefit of mankind. We are doing this since long. We used to produce curd, cheese, milk-based product, fermented products at home. That comes under traditional biotechnology, and it is practiced thousands of years back. Uh, uh, if we trace the history of biotechnology. But the modern biotechnology, it deals with the manipulation of genomes. Like we edit the genes to produce new products. As we all know, gene is nothing but a sequence of DNA, which can produce a functional protein. So the work of gene can be adopted outside the body to produce useful products through modern biotechnology. So, and if we see the genetics, it is basically the study of heredity. It is a very related science to biotechnology. And if we study the inheritance of gene from parents to offsprings to the further generations, we study it in genetics. The things which are transferred from parents to offsprings are known as traits or the characteristics, and genes control these traits. So basically, gene is a fragment of DNA which is transferring from a parent to a offspring to deliver certain characteristics to the offsprings. And basically, it is the study of inheritance. And genetics also is having subcategories like molecular genetics. Is if we see the genetics from the perspective of DNA, RNA, and how the information is replicating, transcribing, and translating, then we call it molecular genetics. If we see the genetics in perspective of a cell, we call it cytogenetics. And the classical genetics in which we study the laws of inheritance, which was given by Mendel, so we call it a Mendelian genetics. And we are also we also study plant and animal genetics. If we studying all these things in plants, we call it plant genetics. If we studying in animals, we call it animal genetics. And if we studying a genetics in a whole population, we call it population genetics. How the characters are fixed and characters are flowing in a pool of a population pool. And if we are studying the genetics of microbes, we call it microbial genetics. So genetics also is a wide term in which we study different types of genetics. And some of the basic discoveries we should know, which make biotechnology a big science. Like most of the Nobel prizes, if we see, they are they are conferred in case of in the field of biotechnology, or chemistry or genetics or molecular biology. So biotechnology is a science which is almost 6000 BC old, when the yeast was used for making wine. So after that, a series of discoveries occurred, like the discovery of proteins, discovery of DNA, discovery of double standard model of DNA, which made biotechnology an emerging science. The term biotechnology was given by an agricultural engineer known. His name was Carl Erecki in 1919. After that, remarkable discoveries occurred, like cell culture. Cell culture is a core area which made the generation of biologicals and biological products in vitro possible. So cell culture is the culturing a cell in the laboratory. So culturing of live cell in the laboratory. It may be animal cell or plant cell. Then one remarkable discovery is green revolution, which was in year 1963 to 64, when in India, crop production, it increased, 100 folds, or in many folds. Norman E. Borlaug was given Nobel Prize for that, due to introduction of improved variety of wheat, which increased the production to several folds, and it was due to plant biotechnology. So recombinant DNA technology also is an important area in biotechnology, in which we combine the DNA from two different sources for a manufacture of useful proteins and useful biologicals. Hybridoma technology is important for production of monoclonal antibodies. The first biotechnology company, Genentech, was it was started, or it was emerged in 1976 through the efforts of Robert Swenson and Boyer. And if we see the history, in very few days, the shares of this company, they increased like anything, just due to the demand of the biologicals. So through biotechnology, then different engineered biologicals are produced. And another important area is animal cloning, plant cloning, where we can clone the animals and plants. We can make exactly the copies of uh, the animals or plants, which is important for increasing production in animals and plants. One important discovery is the production of recombinant human insulin through genetic engineered bacteria. Discovery of polymerase chain reaction is a breakthrough in biotechnology, where we can increase the number of copies of a DNA of a gene in, say, 2 3 hours. And another important discovery was DNA fingerprinting, where which is having a lot of diagnostic value. We can identify a person on the basis of their DNA fingerprints. The another important aspects or discoveries of biotechnology are human genome project. We can decode the complete genome of an organism. Now we are having improved sequencing techniques through which we can decode the genome of an individual, being it a plant or an animal or a human. Okay, so after 90s or after 2000, the science of genomics, or the genomics era, came, where there is a lot of advancement occurred in case of sequencing technologies, and we call it a post-genomic era. And now we have reached up to the era where we can edit the genome also. We can make a customized change in the genome. So these all are the eras of biotechnology, starting from 1990, where a Mendelian or classical genetics was well known, and after that till 2010 we have reached up to the post-genomic era now. If we see the biotechnology industry, So there is enormous growth in the biotechnology industry nowadays. So if we see the overall market of biotechnology industry, we can see that at this point of time, we have more than 5,000 biotechnology companies which are working in 54 countries. And we are having 350 biotechnology products and more than 350 now in market. So this can show the potential of biotechnology as an emerging science or as a career perspective. If we see its share, it has increased from 1087 US dollar to 3210 US dollars since 2021 to 2030. It's expected that the industry will be growing with a rapid growth rate. And if we see the field-wise growth, then we see that in 2022, I'm showing the data of 2022, the biggest share was contributed by biopharma sector. Biopharma sector includes the production of medicines or biologicals or vaccines or biological products through biotechnology, and followed by bioindustries. Bioindustries, it can be any product apart from biopharmacy. Then at third, we can see the increased growth rate in bioagriculture sector, where agricultural plant-based products are being produced by biotechnology. Yeah, bioservices, which include the sequencing services or the research-based services, it contribute a 7.51% share of biotechnology growth. And at last, yes, bioinformatics field is also very important, where we can analyze the biological data through computers. We are having different online and standalone tools nowadays to extract the biological information. Like we can analyze the sequencing data, we can study the relationship between organisms, we can rule out the changes in genome, we can align the genomes, and we can predict the possible modifications in the genome. We can perform the binding of two molecules in silico, or we can see how the molecules are interacting in the body through online simulations. So if we see the key players in biotechnology industry, there are several big players in the market like Pfizer, Johnson and Johnson, Roche, Merck, no, Novartis, uh, GlaxoSmithKline, Lilly, and all these are the renowned biofirms which are working in the biotechnology sector. If we see the career options in biotechnology, there is a vast, broad career options in biotechnology. Students, how first I would like to share how to enter in this field. If you are studying biology at your after your high schools or your senior secondary school, and if you are having biology as a subject along with your mathematics, so it can support you better, and you can pursue graduation from biotechnology. Like if I talk about India, we are having different courses like BSc Biotechnology, Bachelor of Science in Biotechnology, Bachelor of Technology in Biotechnology, and very renowned institutions are offering these courses. After pursuing your graduation, you can go for your MS or Masters in Biotechnology or Master of Technology with Biotechnology, and after that, even you can pursue in your PhD in any of the subjects related to biotechnology, like molecular biology, nanotechnology, plant biotechnology, animal biotechnology, marine biotechnology, industrial biotechnology, microbiology. So these all are the related fields. So first career and bright career option for a biotechnology graduate is in the industry, where you can perform bio research in the R&D services are there, where you can work very lucrative products projects through which you can generate some biologicals or generate some bioservices. So industries can be a biological industry or bioservices industry or uh, animal or plant oriented bio industries or anything related to biotechnology. Then you can go for higher studies where you can pursue your own research. You can have your own research setup. You can have your own research papers. You can have even your own, research products, which you can further go to patenting and IPR, intellectual properties right. So IPR, a patent attorney and patent examination, is an emerging area because it's very important to protect the invention from its mass usage or its exploitation. So author should get the property right the on his or her IPR that comes under biopatenting and this IPR field. Then you can also have a good career in scientific journalism. Yeah, you can pursue writing, editing things also because um, you know um, in research, writing a good paper is also important. Documentation is also important, and writing a good paper is altogether a different science. So, how to write a good research paper, how to represent a data in a very effective manner, that is very important for a researcher because until unless you are not able to present your research to masses in an effective form, that is of no use. So scientific journalism is also an emerging area that a biotechnologist can pursue. Then you can go to teaching and lecturership. Yes, that's after your master's and PhD. You can think where, like us, we are doing biotechnology, we are teaching biotechnology, we are doing some research in biotechnology, we are guiding students, research students in biotechnology. So that's also a good area. Then at last, and it is really important, you can have your own startup or a bio entrepreneurship. See, there is a huge scope in startup or bio entrepreneurship in the field of biotechnology, and I have seen like the people from engineering background are also working in biotechnology these days. They are having their own startups because it is directly linked to the human being or mankind or the human development. If like your product is innovative, if it is solving a greater social problem, and if it is unique, and if it is of use of society, then definitely your product can be taken up by uh, or it is commercialized by industry, and you can get monetary benefits through that. So biotechnology is having huge uh, career perspective, and it not only limited to classroom teaching or lab research, but it can go up to any height like career in bio industries, career in research, career in biologicals, career in scientific journalism, lecturership, bio entrepreneurship, patenting, and all. Yeah, one more thing. If we see the research these days, it is going at not even micro to the nano level. So, nano technology is an emerging area. Uh, if we see the products in our daily routine, we can see the products which include nanoparticles, nanotechnology based medicine, nanotechnology based foods, nanotechnology based vaccines. So, the inception or the growth of nanotechnology field has given biotechnology a different perspective, which is it is really emerging like anything. And if we see the recent trend of research, we can find a lot many papers, researchers working in the field of nanotechnology, genome editing, and many gene manipulations at very unique and precise manipulations in the genome. And at last, talking a little bit about the career in the field of genetics. So, genetics, as we already discussed, it's not a new science. It is quite old, like in initials 1900s, like when Mendel he gave the laws of inheritance. After that, a tremendous growth has been seen in the field of genetics, where it can go to molecular genetics or the other fields of genetics. And if we know how the genes are moving from a parent to offspring, we can do genetic manipulations easily. So genetics can work in R&D sector in the field of genetics. And if a person is studying plant genetics, then he or she can become a good plant breeder. You can produce a good quality seeds through plant breeding. You can make new varieties of plants, of crops, through genetic manipulations or through breeding. And if you are from animal breeding animal side, then you can become an animal breeder, where your focus will be on the increasing the production of animals through improved breeding techniques, assisted reproductive techniques, like artificial insemination, or we can say in vitro fertilization, animal cloning, animal transgenics. So we can make select highly producing animals, and we can devise very good or stringent breeding technique for them to improve the quality of production. Then at last, as I say that academic field is open for all. A good genetist can always go to uh, a good career options in academics, like lectureship or classroom teaching and all. So this was all about the career perspectives in biotechnology. So if any question is there, I can answer the question as well. If we see uh, biology as a science, whatever we are studying now, it can become a technology in the future. So this is my very favorite quote. It was given by Edward Teller, that the science of today is the technology of tomorrow. Whatever we are studying today, it will give rise to a technology which will be very helpful for mankind in future. With this conviction, biotechnology is growing. So thank you so much for sparing some time to listen me so patiently. Thank you so much. If there is some question, I would be happy to
Thank
answer
you,
that.
sir. We are indeed delighted to have you with us today.
Yes.
Thank you for the valuable information, sir. We have a few questions from our audience. Sir, could you please explain to us what breakthroughs or advancement in biotechnology and genetics do you find more exciting or promising for the future? I repeat, what are the major breakthroughs or advancements in biotechnology and genetics do you find most exciting or promising for the future?
Okay. Thanks for your question. It's a nice question, and students would be, we are curious to have my remarks on this question. See, the emerging areas if we see the scenario today, it is bioinformatics, computational biology, uh, that need a support of computer, a good knowledge of computer. We have, we are still lacking very good computational biologists now. because computer science and biology both are very different fields. So bioinformatics is a very good area in which we can handle a huge amount of data in in a comparatively lesser lesser time, like uh, because each day, every moment, the databases is increasing through by the nucleotide sequences, protein sequences, molecules. So that's a different good area. And apart from that, genome editing is a very promising area where we can edit the genome. We can make the precise cuts and ligations in the genome to modify the characters or to knock out the characters. Apart from that, stem cell biology is also an important area where we can engineer the cell. We can use the pluripotent stem cells for curing the ailments. So yeah, these areas are very promising. Yes, nanotechnology is also a promising area. Please.
Thank you, sir. Here we have another question. Could you please brief how do ethical consideration play a role in the practice of biotechnology? I repeat, could you please brief how do ethical considerations play a role in the practice of biotechnology?
Oh, yeah, that's a great question. Actually, bioethics is also very important because if we work on a live cell, being it an animal cell or or a plant cell or a microbial agent, it is also having the concern of bioterrorism, or or we are having the concern of its beneficial use. So whenever we are working on biotechnology, we should have clearance from the biosafety committee or bioethical committee. So fix there is a well established systems in each and every country and each and every institute to regulate the biological research. There is an institutional level biosafety committee, bioethical committee. There are national bodies which are handling bioethics. And if we make a biotechnology based product, it cannot directly come to market straight away. It should clear some clinical trials and some regulatory issues after that, before getting the clearance for its use in mass, or like if there is a genetically modified plant. So it should be approved through competent authority before its usage by the or its consumption or its mass scale production. Yes, bioethics is very important, and that's also an important area in field of biotechnology. We study bioethics as a different subject under biotechnology. Yeah, there is also the ethical guidelines for handling pathogens. Like some pathogens are low risk pathogens, we can handle it in low biosafety laboratory. But some pathogens like COVID-19, like rabies virus, like Crimean Congo hemorrhagic fever, like Nipah virus, like Hendra virus, like the viruses which can, or bacteria which can cause a disease from humans to animals, from animals to humans, from plants to either ways. So these pathogens are known as zoonotic pathogens. So there are fixed guidelines, biosafety guidelines for handling these pathogens. So these all are the regulatory guidelines we should follow uh, before or during pursuing this biological research. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Here we have one more question. What are the challenges we are facing in the field of biotechnology and genetics? I repeat, what are the challenges we are facing in the field of biotechnology and genetics?
Yeah, uh, there are certain challenges which we encounter when we study biotechnology and genetics. One of such challenges if we talk about the developing country, is the lack of that setup, because this research need a lot of budget or funds, huge amount of funds are required, because if we are working in genetic engineering, the the material we use, like enzymes and the different consumables, that are really costly. So we need good laboratories. The another is the cleanliness, because if a contamination is induced in our you know research, it can not give us promising results. So yeah, good laboratories is one concern that is important. Then another one is it's time taking, little bit time taking, because making a product or making it commercialized, it is a long process. As I earlier said, there are some ethical guidelines which we should follow before commercialization of a product. So it's time taking. Second, the required skill set, because biotechnology is a broad field. So a person who is working in biotechnology should have some essential skills, like the better understanding of uh, biology, a little bit of physics, uh, a little bit of mathematics, engineering, computers. So different skill sets are required for a good career in biotechnology. That's a little bit uh, difficult, but not impossible. We do by learning. If we give time, we will learn better. So that's one thing. And yeah, one more thing, like the structure. If we see R&D, so it is concentrated at some of the big cities, like in small cities, or in the market of biotechnology is not same at everywhere. So if we see the biotechnology hubs, they are situated in some prominent cities of our country. So it is not still reached to the masses. Another thing is that we should consider or concentrate more on agricultural biotechnology to give some good solutions to problems which farmers are facing, and that are possible through biotechnology. So the focus should be more in the field of agricultural biotechnology. And yeah, healthcare is also important. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for the constructive views and information that you shared with us today. We are sure that the students and parents had a fulfilling session. Hope you had a fruitful time. Thank you for your cooperation. This is Mohammed Dawood and Priyanshi signing off on behalf of Indian School Dasit for AVENIR 2023. Bye. Have a